thanks for joining us on the midweek catch-up. Let's look back at Friday's game against Partick Thistle. In the end, did you feel it was slightly harsh for us to be knocked out of the cup?
There was only a goal in it, and unfortunately it went against us. But in terms of analysing the game, I felt we started the game really well. You know, for the first 20-25 minutes we were at it, and then fell off it a little bit. And for the first 20 minutes of the second half, we were the better team, then fell off it. So that's a little bit of concern in terms of the consistency for 90 minutes. You know, we have to be at it. We knew we were playing a right good team, and the conditions were very difficult, but we operate in a no excuse environment. So it's the same for both teams. You know, so if we're training on a training pitch and it's magnificent weather and the standard's really good, it should still be the same even if it's pouring the rain. So there's no excuses. And even in defeat, there was plenty of positives there. But you know, we're still looking to tick the boxes. And since I've come in here, and it's keeping clean sheets. It's turning this place into a fortress. You know, with that performance against Ayr United, that has to be consistent doing that. And then it's taking the game to other teams even on their own patch. We're Dunfermline. You know, and that's what I demand. That's controlling the game. But saying that, we were playing against a Partick Thistle team. It's just probably a wee bit in front of us in terms of, you know, recruitment. Ian's been at it for a few years now. He's a good manager. I played under Ian, I played with him at Falkirk, I played under him at Falkirk, and he's got an eye for a right good player, and that was evident on Friday. So we take all that into account, but as always I analyse my team, and I was a little bit disappointed that we lacked a little bit of penetration. It was a wee bit in front of them at times. But most important, if you're lacking that penetration through the middle, you need to get down the sides. Ayr United, we were down the sides. We never seem to do that against Partick. So we'll take that and we'll have to work on it. That gives us plenty to take onto the training pitch. Put it into, you know, prepare it and go and try and implement it and make them better individually and collectively on the training pitch. Doing the video analysis, we looked at it this morning a little bit. There's plenty that we can get better at, you know, in terms of, and we just need to put the ball on it. I think that you need to see the passes, you need to see the open spaces, because it's certainly happening. If we can do that, we'll be better for it. But in general, listen, I'll say this, and I'll say this to supporters, really bitterly disappointed to lose the game. As you say, worst case scenario, get them back here for a replay. So really disappointed, but I have to, as a manager, you have to control your emotions and keep your emotions in check. You know, it's as I say, losing's got to be part of the road, and as long as we're winning more and we're losing and we still get success, and that's all part of it. So it's a lesson, and one that we're sort of saying, right, okay, but all credit to the players. Partick Thistle knew they were in a game, and there wasn't much between the teams.
In terms of the rules in the cup, you were able to name more substitutes, which has allowed you to get guys at least back in the matchday squad that have been recovering from injury, etc. And you've been able to get them some minutes on the park this week in the Bounce game.
Well, if we go back to the game on Saturday, we were fully aware on the bench that Lewis needed a hand up there. But if it wasn't happening going down the sides, we need a hand. When Big Toddy come on and we changed our shape a bit, that's where we looked a little bit more threatening in terms of we had more shots at goal. But then what it does is it leaves us a little bit short in midfield. And what I've noticed since I've come in here is if we're a wee bit short in midfield, usually, you know, we leave the back door open. So if we could play 12 men, we would be a fantastic team. So we'll have to come up with a solution in the best shape that gives us that solid foundation, that cover, but still gives us a real good threat going forward. And as I say, you know, against Ayr United it was there, so I'm asking the question, why is it not there when we're away from home? Is there a mentality? Is there a desire? So we need to touch on that and make sure even when we're away from home and we're at it. Going back to, as you say, game time, yeah, we're playing a bounce match against Hibs tomorrow. So all the players that were on the bench will get good game time, we'll get to assess them. And hopefully one or two of them will, have such a good game that they give you a headache for your selection on Saturday.
When you came in, obviously the main objective was to make sure that the club was minimum safe in the Championship for next season. Going out the Cup, that allows us to fully focus on the league. Can we take that as a positive?
No, I'm not having that. I know what you're saying, and it's a good question, but no, we're Dunfermline, and the standards that we're trying to set at the club, we want to win every football match. I would take still being in the next round for the Scottish Cup and taking care of business, but as I say, let's not get too far in front of ourselves. We are where we are for a reason. There's still a lot of work to get out. If, let's say, the Maya, the bottom half of the Championship, and to do that you need to keep winning games. So you can see where I'm going here. It all sort of adds up in terms of to win games. You have to be consistent with your performances, you have to control the game, have to keep clean sheets, but also we need to get at teams and score goals, and I'm hoping that happens on a more regular basis over the next few weeks. So it'll not be for a one to try and asking them to try and do that, and no matter what, we go away to Hamilton the next game, let's go and take the game to them. Let's go and let Hamilton know that they've been in a game. And if we do that and play to the standard that we played against their United, then Hamilton will know they've been in a game, and I think that could win us a match.
As you touched on there, we're playing Hamilton on Saturday away from home. As we sit here today, they're still to play in the Challenge Cup tomorrow night against Kilmarnock, but I'm sure you'll know plenty about them anyway.
Well, I'll be at the game. That's what it takes when you go into football at 24/7. There's no stone unturned. Even as we speak, we're sitting in that office planning, training what we need to do. It's important that, as I've said when I meet and greet with the supporters, we have to get an identity at the football club. We have to get an identity. One of the topics on that identity was we're not going to be a soft touch. We're not going to roll over for anyone, no matter who we play. So I think that was evident on Friday night. That has been the case since I've come here. In terms of the work ethic and the attitude to, and the spirit and the will to win, it has to be there in abundance. Sometimes you can be the worst team on the pitch, but that spirit and that will to win and that togetherness, that one for all and all for one, gets, and that including supporters, unites you, and sometimes that can get you over the line. So that has to be there. I've talked about the appreciation of playing for Dunfermline, but also the identity is entertain. We have to get at teams and entertain. So there might be one or two players that I feel they've been hard done by right at this moment in time. Kevin O'Hara, these guys, Big Toddy, one or two in the midfield. But it's football. What I say to them, train like a world champion every day, and your chance will come. And that's why we're playing practice matches. You go and impress, and your chance might come on Saturday.
And just to finish up, in terms of injury news, Reece Bean, is he back in the squad, and anything else to update?
Yeah, a little bit. He just started back training with us on the Thursday, a little bit early for him to take part Friday. But he's back training, everyone ready to go, everyone recovered. The reason Kai Kennedy wasn't playing Rangers never gave him permission to play. I can understand that with him being, I think Rangers want him to get more game time. So what we're trying to do with him, we're going to try and ignite him a little bit in terms of get him, he's got something, but we need him further up the park, round about that last quarter, so when we get it to him, then go and do your stuff. So we'll see, he'll play tomorrow, and we'll see what he's got. We just keep working him, but as a collective and as a whole, there's so much more work need to be done on the training pitch. But we're getting a good response off the guys. Even there this morning, played on a Friday. We gave them the weekend off. But when they come in there this morning, there was a lot of running to be done. We want to see what they are, who's been. So there was a wee test in there this morning. Who's got the desire to be up front. Because it tells you a lot, even in a running exercise. It tells you a lot who's got the courage and the determination and the character to be up front, or who's feeling sorry for herself, or who's sitting back and resting on their laurels saying I'm in the team, I might not want to be up the front. Champions want to be winners, winners want to be in the front, and so it tells us so. There's always something going on, we're always challenging them on the training pitch and everything that we're doing, and I think that's the way for success. And as I keep saying, say to the players, take it on board. This is, you only get one chance at it, take it on board. How much are you going to invest in being at the best that you can play and be, and take this club to where we want to go? Because if it's no you, it'll be someone else. And that's the same message. Out with the ball, getting on it and being entertaining our supporters. So, everything's on a positive. You know, disappointed to get beat, but very positive moving forward. A great night as well, I have to say, for the black ball dance on Saturday night. What a great welcome I had. Great night. Everybody will be telling you I've got moves like John Travolta. I might be on Strictly Come Dancing soon. But fantastic getting to meet all the supporters and everyone that supports the club and all that stuff. And it's important that these nights happen. We have to come together. This club has to be united. You know, it has to be united, it has to be spirited, and it's everyone as one. As I say, one for all for one. And if we can do that, that's a powerful force going forward. And we're going to have to be on that for now to the end of the season.